The trail through time, and noticing this little spot where there's some Native American grinding areas, cupules that they made in this basalt stone for grinding acorns and I guess hazelnuts and whatever else they needed for food. They're pretty well worn out and they're filled in with vegetation, but these were one of the rocks that they used for doing their, might have been a campsite for one of the Native Americans. They must have camped in here for a long period of time to be able to grind these down over a period of years. Okay, so let me continue down the trail. I'm gonna put it on pause and continue the other side of the trail. Okay. So this is a continuation of the trail through time where I pause for a second, just looking at some of this informational kiosk, whatever you call these, legend, where they show the kind of animals that lived out here in the wilds thousands of years ago. Saber-toothed cat ambushes a three-toed horse relative to the modern zebra. A herd of gum feather in the late Miocene landscape. I don't know. This is what the scientists presume that lived here. Black Hawk Ranch Quarry. So anyway, we're going to continue down the trail through time right here. I've already looked at the upper rocks and took movies of that earlier. So now I'm going to walk down into the forested area. And I think there are more outcroppings down here. And meanwhile, you see some picnic areas that people like to come and in the weekends and chill out. I think these were used a lot more back in the day, 50s, 40s, 30s, you know, when the people didn't have a whole lot of money, but they came out and the Civilian Conservation Corps built these little areas, the fire pits and the barbecue pits and stuff. They were used extensively back then, but I don't think people appreciate them as much as now as they did in those days. I don't know what it is. People are too much of a rush, too much of a hurry. They want on everything specially made and updated. So this is the Canyon Trail Madrone. So I'm going to go down this one and see what I can see. Possibly run into that secret hidden trail that I kept seeing on YouTube, where the mountain bikers went. Mountain bicyclers went on, and I can't been able to find what part of the mountain it's on, but it's beautiful. It's just this beautiful wooded area with streams running underneath these wooden bridges and stuff. But onward and upward. So looks like this camp got secured this beautiful madrone tree. These are California madrone trees that was secured so that it wouldn't fall down on the campers. I mean the picnickers. It's just a beautiful sight. I'd love to stay here all day long and just chill out and just get away from everything. And I see people coming up here with their, I don't know, electronically driven cars and all kinds of stuff just to amuse themselves with, and they don't even spend time to really walk through nature and look what we got. I mean, look at this. It looks to me to be a rhododendron tree right there, or a small madrone, I'm sure, maybe a madrone. Western birch, and some of these scraggly pines that they got over here. I just want to get away from all that chainsaw working. They're doing some service work back there about a quarter of a mile, and you can still hear the chainsaw jamming away, cutting away some dead wood, I guess, to keep it from being a fire hazard in the summer. Oh, almost tripped on that. Yeah, you got root systems coming out on the trail here. I got to keep my eyes open. So you can see there's some pretty cool forest here. All hardwood. No real conifer. We're not that high up. We're only 1,500 feet elevation, so it's really not much of a climb down or up. But it is pretty. It's a continuation of the trail through time. Hope that my cell phone can record this in the way where I'm able to get enough information on here to make a decent video. Hope to upload these later on tonight. I was only able to get a couple of videos out of my regular camera, and my GoPro was completely out of SanDisk room, so I made a big mistake by not replenishing the SanDisks. 64 gigabytes and they're all filled up. Amazing. I usually want to get 32s, but I think 232s will make 64 totally filled up with pictures and films I haven't even deleted. I've downloaded them into my laptop, and I still haven't cleared them off. I got to do that when I get home. Save myself some money. Okay, so anyway, so we continue down. I haven't really seen anything that stands out at me as being structural. Not a deadfall here, but I don't see anything that really makes me say, hey, that looks structural, that looks like a blind, or that looks like a upside down tree, or any arches or anything like that here. But their legend is that there are hominid cryptids living up on this mountain, and just exactly where, what part, we're not sure. But legend has it that they have records of this in the past, back in the 1800s, and as far back as when the Spaniards had their missions and their outposts here, when they basically enslaved the native peoples for the Jesuits' missions that they had. But these are nice trails. Look at all the madrone trees just blossoming and stuff. They're just so gorgeous. See the beautiful wood that they are related to the manzanita bushes too. They grow in California and Oregon. I don't know about any other state, but I'm pretty sure we're the only states where they grow. They don't like it real cold. I don't really care for snow, but they'll survive a small snowfall, but not a whole winter. So I guess they just live in the southern Oregon, Medford area, Ashland, that area, or the coastal mountains. It's a nice quiet little walk. I think good to be away from the chainsaws and all that noise. See how these beautiful trees hang over just beautiful. They hang right over the path. Look at that, aren't they beautiful? The blossoms on there. Not really smelling them because they've already bloomed. But they just dig in wherever the root system starts. They just grow. And they're a hardy tree too. Well, I'm going to pick this up a little further down to save my battery a little bit, but you can see I'm surrounded by these beautiful trees and this lovely forest on a nice spring day. Over and out for now.